I have been a bit of a with food lately, and that's okay. These things happen, but it's time to rein that in. My macros are going to be 200 grams of carbs, 60 grams of fat, and 110 grams of protein. I've been way overeating on protein bars, protein pancakes, protein things. So time to rein it in, stopping with the bout, and time to actually eat like a human that cares about their body, that cares about their performance in the gym, in their business, in their life in general, and has energy to dominate. So with that said, I start my day off with going to the gym. I'm gonna be going to go train now, but this video is all about the food, so I'll see you post-workout when we eat our #1 meal of the day. A bit of work has been done and the time is just before 12 right now, so it feels good to actually be hungry. For such a long time I feel like I've just been full the whole time, or just snacking and grazing even when I haven't been hungry, and so that means one thing: it's time to cook up some food. So I'm gonna have some frozen peppers and frozen green beans. I'm gonna cook them. Just remembered I'm tracking macros to go away then. I haven't been doing this for a while and all I have is my drug dealer scales. I'm not actually a drug dealer, but I need to get some new scales, so I'm gonna make a little purchase later on Amazonium. It's saying 100 grams, but I'm gonna say that's about 150. Frozen peppers, I love these because they're already chopped for you. It means I don't have to do any of that. I like to save as much time as possible while I'm cooking. That's 178 grams. Alongside my veggies, I'm also gonna go for some of these that I opened yesterday, these poi lentils. I definitely don't think I said that right. There's 250 grams in here, and yesterday, I wasn't tracking yesterday. This is the first day I'm tracking macros again, so we'll see how much is left. And then I'm also going to go for this entire packet of flame grilled pieces of chicken. Now, what I always do, and it's this really bad habit that I've got into, is while I'm cooking, I'll be snacking. So what I've been doing recently is I would get this out and I'd literally finish it before the time that I eat everything else on my plate. And so I'm stopping doing that now. I don't think it is a very... It's just not giving me a very healthy relationship with food, because then by the time it actually comes to eat my meal, I literally have just been eating like a plate of vegetables and like maybe some lentils or something. And so I don't think it's good for the mindset. And so I'm really trying to make sure now that as I'm actually eating, I'm having meals rather than just snacking and grazing the whole time. It's just giving me this... I'm so glad that I'm so self-aware that I've noticed it. So just look at your eating habits and think, what am I doing that perhaps isn't giving me the best relationship with food, and work on improving that. It's just like building a sandcastle. There's 129 grams on my plate alongside that 200 grams of chicken. So I'm gonna whack this in the microwave while I wait for my veggies to cook. While all that's cooking up, I'm gonna MyFitnessPal all this shahizah. So one good hack that I do have on MyFitnessPal is, because I just re-downloaded this, you'll see that it's telling me that my daily calorie intake should be 1,570 calories per day. But that's not accurate. So I'm just gonna go ahead and it's been a while, old friends, so it's hit on settings, and then basically you can go on, I think it's on diary settings. Use multi-add by default, that's one thing, but the biggest hack is this. You can actually customize the meal names now on the app. So I just call mine meal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and snacks. That's what I've done. I find that really helpful, but that's not the best thing. The best thing is this. So if you go onto goals and then basically go here to this, if you just make your calorie goal 0, then it pretty much won't do all the stupid stuff that it does. And you can literally just pretty much go on here and go on your diary, and then all over the top it basically says 0. So all you do is just to see how much you've eaten already that day. It's like you go onto this page and it just makes it easier because it's like a blank slate. And personally I just find that it's less stressful, because if my fitness pal is telling me like, no, your goals are 300 grams of carbs a day and your fats is 20 grams of carbs, something stupid, like just having it all as 0 and you knowing in your head what your goals are makes things so much easier. Let's eat. Looks so good. So I'm gonna go ahead and input this meal. So I'm gonna put this in as meal 1 and I'm just gonna scan the bottom. So per 100 grams is 133 calories, 28.9 grams of protein. I should have checked that before. I was forgetting obviously that it's cooked chicken. So it looks like I'm getting 57.8 grams of protein in my first meal. Not to mention the lentils. We have 130 grams of lentils in here. So that is gonna be, oh damn, this is a heavily proteiny meal. 23.5 grams of carbs, 2.2 fat, 13.8 grams of protein, and then we have our frozen peppers. No, they don't come up. They're from Tesco. Well, I kind of butchered that by mistake. That is kind of funny, but let's see the macros for this meal overall. 76 grams of protein, 37 grams of carbs, and 6 grams of fat. That is not ideal. But hey, these things happen. I guess I'm gonna take you along this video, showing you how I'm adapting to this. And I'm also gonna be trying this skinny sauce. So per 100 mils, it's 17 calories. I normally wouldn't bother tracking this, but because I'm holding myself accountable here, because I'm actually committing to doing this and to just stop being a d with food, I'll go grab my drug dealer scales. Here they are. So let's get some of this on here. And it's funny because when I was a fitness coach and something was called like skinny sauce, I'd refuse to eat it because I was like, it's giving people such a negative relationship with food. But now that I like understand marketing and things like that, it's cool because people who have the goal of getting skinny, and by the way, that is 17.9 grams, so we'll just round it up to 20. People who have the goal of getting skinny, they obviously want to lose weight. So if they can use products like this and they're attracted to it because it's called skinny and it brings them in, then what is cool, like what I would do if I own this brand is like, I obviously have these people's addresses because they're buying it, it's a physical product, and then what I would do is I would create newsletters talking about how to lose weight in a healthy way and why you should not focus on being skinny, but rather focus on losing weight in a sustainable, healthy way and looking towards doing weight training to get strong. And I don't know, I always have these business ideas, so I'm actually gonna send that to this brand because they sent me these hashtag gifted, but yeah, I mean, that could just be like a business idea for them because although people are all over, you know, advertising online, direct mail is still definitely a thing, but I'm just rambling because I'm just obsessed with online business and business in general, so it's time for me to eat. Tastes good. Need a podcast on. Listen to Impact School if you don't already.
Who have less experience than them and less understanding of where they're going. This is one of the most challenging ways to grow a business because if you want to go fast, I would tell you, someone has to have been there. We pay attention to their rules, but only so that we can bend them, break them, then rewrite them around our own will. We don't accept our destiny, we define it. We don't understand defeat because you only lose if you stop, and we don't know how.
There's only 5 calories, I won't bother tracking that next time. I stopped tracking macros probably a year and a half ago now, and the reason why I stopped was because I tracked macros for so many years beforehand. I was a macro coach, wrote the Ultimate Guide to Tracking Macros, and helped thousands of people transform their bodies, their lives, and their energy, all thanks to tracking macros, weight training, and everything. But I didn't feel like I needed to do it anymore, and I felt like it was damaging my productivity. But now, all my about with food, aka having so many snacks and just never really knowing when to stop, going away, doing the buffet video like you saw in the last video, and it's just meant that I'm not holding myself accountable. I don't have a fitness coach right now, no one's holding me accountable, so I'm gonna hold myself accountable through tracking macros. It works for me, so that's what we're gonna get doing. So each morning I've been waking up, and obviously I'm wearing high-waisted shorts right now, but like I just have this bloat, and that's because typically what happens is like I'm one of those people, I do intermittent fasting. I love intermittent fasting, it really works for me, so I don't typically eat until after I've trained, until like around 11 o'clock midday or so. But I've been eating so much at night, like I've been kind of eating until like 10 o'clock, and it's because when I was in Spain they weren't eating dinner until like 11, and so then I got back to England and I sort of brought that habit with me, and it just makes me feel awful, honestly. I'm one of these people where, yeah, I like the feeling of being full, but if you're going to bed on a full stomach where you just feel heavy, weighed down, bogged down after having like a spoonful of almond butter and then another spoonful of almond butter that no one sees, so it doesn't count, like that's kind of how it's been going. I'm sure you've been there, you feel me, it happens to the best of us, even when you really want to fuel your body. But the reason why it's affected me so much is because it has been damaging my productivity in my business impact school, and that can't continue. So we are going to be using the old MyFitnessPal again. People are probably like, is this video sponsored by MyFitnessPal? No, it's not, but it's a bloody good app for tracking your macros, and it's free. Don't get the upgraded version, you don't need that. Now, I'm not tracking macros because I want to lose fat. I want to get back to a level of consistency. I want to just get I haven't been feeling as like energetic or anything because I've been focusing honestly on having like really boring meals. I haven't been having carbs with my meals, but I've then just in the evenings been having tons of carbs, like 200 grams of carbs in one hit. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm incorporating things like rice with my meals again, things like lentils, beans, like bread, because I haven't been doing that. I've been having them separately in the evening, and that's what's been honestly making me feel just like I'm not focusing on fueling my body enough. And I know that if you continue along with this type of thing for a long period of time, having coached so many people in the past, I know that if you continue on that way, it can then end up in a very negative relationship with food. So I've put a stop to it early. As much as it's not that I enjoy eating that way, it's just become the habit that I'm in. I know that I need to make a change. I'm self-aware enough to understand that. So if you're going through a similar thing right now, jump on this journey with me. On your post on Instagram, use the hashtag StrengthFeed. That's the hashtag that I made a long time ago, and it's our community for this. Hey Tom, how are you doing today? So I've had a look through your application form, and in this conversation, I really just want to, first of all, look at your goals and everything that you want to achieve. I want to know your vision, the direction that you want to go in. Does that sound cool? Awesome, okay, and then after that, I just want to dive into the roadblocks that you're facing in trying to reach those goals, in starting your online coaching business and finally making this happen. Is that okay if we dive into that? Because I really want to make sure that we give you 100% clarity so that after this call, you know what to do to move forward. How does that sound? Awesome, amazing. And then if we both feel like we're a good fit, what we'll do is we'll then move on to going into a little bit more detail about how you can join impact your online business. Is that all okay? And can we get started? Amazing, Tom. So first of all, tell me your goals. Why do you really want to start an online coaching business? Awesome, Tom. Thank you so much. And I'm delighted to have you as a part of Impact Your Online Business. So your first call is going to be in 2 days, where we'll be doing a deep dive on where you should get started and how you can best use all of the video lectures that you have in your own private e-learning portal to get things up and running. Sound good? Awesome. Enjoy, have a nice day, and yeah, congratulations again for joining the program. Yay! So we just had Tom join Impact Your Online Business. Congratulations to you, Tom. Now after that call, that was thirsty work. I brought up 2 glasses of water because I always get so thirsty on calls, but my mouth is feeling dry. I'm so weird. There's one thing that I love to eat and snack on more than anything else though. If you know my videos, like pause right now, comment below what you think it's gonna be. I'm sure you already know. Let's go make it. What you're about to see is 3 ingredients that make something quite astounding. So, some almond milk, cashew milk, coconut milk, whatever milk you like, even if it's normal milk, it works. I hate milk. Reminds me of those classes that you used to drink at school. Disgusting. Then you need some cocoa powder. Again, doesn't matter what cocoa powder you use. I just use 100% cocoa. You can use cacao if you want. If you're posh, go for it. You need 5 grams of this, 100 milliliters of this, drug dealer scales. So basically, it turns into chocolate milk, and then I know this is kind of a bit psycho because I'm doing everything the wrong way around, but it works best if you do it like this. And I'm too lazy to go and get a shaker or another cup to make it dirty because I want as little dirt as possible. Okay, so whack 5 grams of this in your bowl. Once you've done that, then basically all you need to do is 100 mils of this. If you do more, fine. If you do a little bit less, fine. It doesn't really matter. Okay, but people always want the exact recipe. So in there I have 150, that'll do. Mix it all up. Then we need stevia. These are my favorite stevia drops. I find from other brands, like I find the MyProtein ones, they taste kind of too artificially. These ones taste really good. It's from a company called NYX. I'll leave it linked down in the description box below. I like the caramel flavor, so I am a sweetener addict, so I always go for like 5. And then you mix it all up all nice, and then the next step is my expensive addiction, my frozen blueberries. So basically, as many grams as you want, really. I'm personally right now gonna go for 150. Obviously have a lot of carbs to consume today. But yeah, 150. It just tastes so dang good. So dang good. Okay. I'm gonna end up eating this whole thing today, so I don't know why I'm even bothering weighing it. But, you know. I am a magician. I love it when that happens. I forgot these small little wins you get while you're tracking macros. But game plan for now is I have more calls, more phone calls. And then it's 1:30 now. I feel like I need to go to Sainsbury's to buy something that I want to eat tonight. That was a successful shop now. I've been really crafty because I'm using a Waitrose bag trying to make myself look posh, but I actually went to Sainsbury's, so all the Americans are gonna be like, what on earth are you talking about? But the Brits will know. I actually like Asda, I'm not gonna lie, it's cheap AF. You get really good stuff, but there's just not one near me. So anyway, I just organized my freezer all nice. So in this, we have things like blueberries, ice cream, that's broken. So my Oppo's all gonna go in here. In here, I go with like corn or meals or meat, but I don't have any meat right now. And then in here, I put all of my vegetables. These from Tesco's are really good, these steamed bags. It's like £3 and you get 4 of these, like, and you just put them in the microwave. Really, really good. But anyway, I need to get all of my frozen stuff in here. 6 Oppos. I'm so happy right now. But I haven't actually eaten much already so far today, especially not when it comes to fats. So I need to have a snack. Now earlier before I came out, I've done so many calls today. I had 2 calls while I was walking to and from Sainsbury's. So that's why I've not been vlogging too much. And I honestly haven't even had the time like to eat. But I did have 1 rice cake and then 2 more bowls of my blueberry concoction. And there's only a few blueberries left in here now. I didn't weigh how much I had each time. I know I got lax, I got lazy. But the frozen watermelon's back, so I think I'm gonna have a packet of this now. There's 500 grams in here, which comes out to about 150 calories. And how much of that is carbs? 7 times 5, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 grams of carbs. Oh God, it's been a while since I did maths, thank God for calculus. But yeah, basically gonna go for that right now. And I'm feeling pretty smug about these, I'm not gonna lie. I think, I'm thinking some burritos for dinner. If you haven't watched my last video, the buffet bonanza, well, you better make sure you do so because I've got some fajitas there and that's what's made me crave them. So snack time, watermelons are gonna go down. And also, this is the best gum that you can get in the UK, extra ice. Americans, you guys have this really good blue one out there. I think it's also it's called like cobalt flavor or something. It's bloody good, but this is the best one we have here. I like to chew gum while I'm training, and if you're dieting, it's pretty good because it stops you from eating. So let's get my frozen watermelon down me. So good, so good. I'm obsessed. I'll see you at dinner time. I lied. This happens in every video I make, but I'm gonna actually go ahead and sauce my almond butter. Now I had to put it out of the kitchen because I was having a problem where I was eating far too much in one go. I used to be really good with not doing that, but I just kind of got this addiction because this coconut almond butter from Pip and Nut is just outrageously good. Please excuse the mess in here. There's a lot of rubbish in there. But yeah, like it is just, this is so big as well. It's like a kilogram. And so you can imagine how much damage could be done by this. Let's figure out how many calories are in if you eat the whole tub. So per 100 grams, it's 3,850 calories in the whole thing. I ended up basically almost eating the whole thing because my camera ran out of memory, but I decided to have 10 grams of glorious Pip and Nut coconut almond butter on top of my rice cake. That is how a fajita should be. Crunchy and toasty on the outside. I'm feeling like a culinary goddess right now. It's been so long since I've kind of cooked something like this and it feels pretty good. I got really out of touch with cooking, but let me tell you what we have. So inside of these wraps, we have corn mince, 75 grams, and then I did 100 grams of the peppers again. On the side, I have some salad, and then I got 200 grams of frozen cauliflower that I just whacked in the microwave. Really simple and easy to use. And then on my salad, I'm gonna put this Tesco fat-free lemon and black pepper dressing. I better get my weigh-in scales. I'm gonna obviously add the dressing as well to see how much we come out with overall. But honestly, the corn mince is really, really bloody good. So let's do this, zero it out. 28 grams. Ba-ching! Here's the overall calories. And now let's try the fajitas. I need some ketchup. So sad I don't have any. Wait, salt. Need that muscle contraction, you know? These are better than the ones in Mallorca. And they're not oily. Vegetarian. I forgot to say, I put the peppers on the pan, and then I put the corn mince in the pan, and then I put in 60 grams of tomato passata as well, which is just blended up tomatoes, and it's really, really bloody tasty, I must say. Try this recipe. It's gonna change the game for you.
Where you don't believe in yourself, where you stay the same,
going for this
where
again.
You keep the job, where you don't quit, right? That's all going to be your
While
default.
watching some
in order
YouTube.
To make cash on a monthly basis to go start your own business is no joke. That is like awesome stuff to do with your life. But that's not going to come easy. And
No.
I'm so glad it doesn't come easy because it requires us to become more of who we are. So that is your work. You're afraid.
Damn, that was good. And so true. Quitting your corporate job does not come easy because it requires you to finally step into the person that you were meant to be. Dinner was really yummy. It's been about an hour since I ate, and I've just actually been sitting here on my laptop, which I don't normally, I try to avoid this honestly, but I just really want to look through this. It is the week 4 systems document, and this is the one which is specific for fitness coaches, so it's like pages and pages and pages long, teaching them how to set up all the systems in their business. Always so long. So that's what I'm reviewing right now. Just got this sent from my cousin. She is my graphic designer, and it's really cool that I am able to give her a job, which is, yeah, it's pretty sick. But yeah, this is 31 pages long, and that doesn't even include all the video demos and walkthroughs that I've created. This is probably like their most intense week, so I just kind of need to go through the entire thing and really make sure that it makes so much sense, because it has to be like step by step when you're talking about systems, because I'm such a believer in the fact that systems are save yourself time, energy, money, and stress. Systems. My system right now is consuming some Oppo ice cream. I even put on my jumper so I wouldn't get cold as I eat this, but I'm not sure if this has been in the freezer for long enough since I got back from Sainsbury's. Yeah, look, it's still a bit smushy. Needs a bit longer though. Who am I kidding? I can't wait any longer. So I'm gonna eat this as I read through these 31 pages. But I do think I'm still gonna be a bit nibbly. I know that I'm way over on my protein for the day. I think I'm a bit under on my carbs. Bit of a nut. It's calling my name. This ice cream is so good. This ice cream is so good. Look what else is so good. Okay, how cool is this? This is the sales funnel that we're teaching our clients. And then basically, it's just taking them through like, you know, being kind of like a cold lead to then, you know, someone getting a bit closer to the purchase to then actually like the sort of like, you know, client management type phase to the wowing. So it's basically like pre-onboarding, onboarding, client management, and wowing. This is actually needs to move on to onboarding, so I will tell Caitlin that that one needs to change. But other than that, yeah, this is exciting. Woo! I'm so proud of her. She's doing an awesome job, and it's so cool to see. Like, this was all on a Google document. This was like pages and pages on a Google Doc. Now it's all been turned into like this gorgeous looking document, 34-page document, and yeah, the clients are gonna absolutely love it. They've been loving the one so far, and it's just really cool to see what was once an idea come into reality. It's so cool. The crunch, it's so good. This is a very sad moment. I'm only on page 10. Page 10 of 34. And we are already done. My mouth is numb. That means at this rate, I need 2 more tubs of ice cream to see me through this whole thing. An hour has passed and we have now made it not many pages ahead. We're on page 22 because I'm really just taking a deep dive, making sure that I really read through this in so much depth. And then I have 3 more team members read through it before we actually give it out to the clients and the students. But the team members also go through it at the same time that they review all the videos and stuff, just to make sure that it is perfect. So I am just in the I was eating this and I was like, oh my gosh, I totally forgot to show you. But this is a Kind protein bar. This is the toasted caramel nut flavor. Now this has 250 calories in it, and it's gonna kind of take me over my macros for the day, but I'm okay with that because honestly, I'm obviously not tracking macros in a super strict way to lose weight or anything. I'm tracking macros to sort of like hold myself accountable to have meals rather than snacks. I feel like I've done okay today. I don't feel like I've done too well. I feel like I could have had 1 more meal and then a few less snacks throughout the day. So, I don't know. It was good. I feel relatively full right now. I feel like I don't want a snack. I just knew that I hadn't hit my fats for the day, and I find it very easy to under-eat on fat, and I know that it's super important to consume fats, especially as a woman. So, basically, I'm getting this done right now. And that's gonna be, this right here is my total macros for the day, and then I'm done. I'm not gonna have anything else. And I feel, honestly, good for tracking macros. I'm gonna be doing this consistently over a long period of time. I'm going to New York next month, which is gonna be awesome. Because my best food in NYC video has like 250k views, which is mad. But this time, I found some insane restaurants that I need to make sure that I'm gonna be going to for sure. So hit that subscribe. Something which I saw one of my friends talking about on Facebook earlier actually. He was basically saying how he, for so long, was wondering why he was unhappy. He was focusing on his business all the time, staying in and doing nothing but working on his business, and then wondering why he was unhappy. And when I read it earlier, it just really hit me because I am happy. I love what I do. But at the same time, I feel very lonely. And I don't really talk about this too much because I love what I do so much. Like, I would not change it for the world, but I do feel very lonely. And when I saw that, it honestly hit me like a ton of bricks, because it is my own fault. Because I choose to stay in. I choose to literally go sit in my office working all day because I love it so much and I don't want to go out and see people. But then I wonder, like, why do I feel lonely? And why do I feel not as happy as I should be feeling? And it just like kind of clicked and just made me realize, like, Lauren, shoot, like, it just really, like, yeah, it was one of those things that made me start thinking. And it's like, you are the only one who can actually control your life. You are the only one. If you're in a situation that's suboptimal that you don't want to be in, perhaps you're watching this video right now because you want to lose weight. You're watching a full day of eating video because you want to lose weight. But the only reason why you're not able to lose weight is because you, for some reason or another, are making an excuse in your head as to why you can't do something or why you need something. You need that extra snack. Even though you don't really need it, you really don't, but you're telling yourself you do. Maybe right now you're stuck in a relationship that's not serving you, and you're telling yourself that you have to stay in the relationship because you need the other person. But that's not the case. You're stuck in that relationship because you're not doing the thing that you need to do to get out of it. Maybe you're telling yourself, I don't want to hurt the other person. But guess what? You choosing not to hurt the other person is actually hurting yourself. But actually it's hurting them way more, because imagine if they knew that you weren't actually happy in that relationship. Maybe you are wanting to start an online business, but you're telling yourself that you can't do it because you don't have enough experience. Well, guess what's gonna happen? The longer you don't do it, the less experience you're gonna have. So it's like we make all these excuses for ourselves as to why we aren't where we want to be or why we don't have what we want to have. But it's all down to our own action or lack of action. And it's like, you're the only one who can change that. So I know that I'm the only one who can change my current position that I'm in. So I need to actively put myself out there, go and actually do things rather than staying inside the whole time and just working on my business. Because even though I love it so much and I find it so fulfilling, it's causing me to not have fulfillment in other areas of my life, if that makes sense. So that's really where this video went, and I love making these videos for you. It's now 8:30 at night. I'm gonna eat this and then I'm gonna stop eating. Yes, I've been snacking way into the late hours of the night recently, right before I go to bed. It hasn't been making me feel good, so I'm taking control and changing it. That's what you need to do. It's hard, it doesn't feel comfortable because you get into a habit, and when something becomes a habit, it becomes easy, it runs on autopilot. So you need to make sure the things that are running on autopilot for you are the things that are serving you, not the things that are hindering you. And for me, a lot of the things that I have allowed to run on autopilot recently have been things that are hindering me. So it's time to make that change, and it's time for me to get back to normal. I'm gonna get into bed as well in around an hour and read my book, which is I'm currently reading Thinking Fast and Slow, because I started it and I stopped reading it. I just got out of all my good habits and I let the bad habits take control, and I'm changing this now. So thanks for watching, hit that thumbs up, make sure to hit subscribe as well, and see you in the next one. Bye.